and last.
I'll be gentle, baby.
Good, please don't have a sensitive soul.
Hey there. Welcome to what is a happy yet sad occasion. My name is Candy Palmer. I'm the host of The Candy Show on APTN. It's a television series. And now guest hosting Q on CBC Radio 1, which is where I got introduced to Carmilla. And it turned into an obsession, an addiction. I know how you're feeling. I've been seeing your tweets all day. I know you're very, very sad, but also extremely excited. So let's not hesitate anymore. We're going to get introductions down the line. I'm going to let these beautiful women introduce themselves, starting over here.
I'm Natasha Nagel Vanless, and I'm trying to figure out how to use an iPad.
Sweet.
I'm Elise Bauman, and I own an iPad. But don't
Hey, I'm Annie Briggs, and I do not.
Well, there you have it. I don't know how the iPad, there is no sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. Do not think that we are somehow being paid by Apple. That is not going down here. We are going to both ask some questions that I've got prepared, but also some questions from you. And we're going to start with a question from you. I hope I'm going to get all of your names right. I'm sure I won't, but I'm going to try really, really hard. This one is a pretty cool name. It is SS Cream Puff Carmy on Tumblr. Great question, SS Cream Puff Carmy. Now that the show is coming to an end, what are your proudest moments from the whole series?
know.
Right? That's a pretty deep question.
This question.
Way to go,
It is a
SS.
big question.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I feel like for me, my proudest moment thus far was actually the first act drop of this season. And I wasn't with any of our cast, but as soon as I saw it, I text you guys and Caitlin, and I was just like, and I it wasn't even like I didn't have any scenes immediately with you guys, but I was just so proud of the three of you and being able to see you do your work, and it was just like a really great, I don't know, I love that moment.
That was such
just
a
like,
nice text that you sent us all.
yeah.
I was like, Mama Briggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what
That's one
about
of my
for you
favorites.
two?
I think I'm just so proud of everything, and especially what we created for season 3. I think we created something pretty magical for season 3. But the moment that we wrapped, like when we called cut for the final time, it was a pretty, emotional experience, and everyone it just felt really final, and it felt really complete and really whole, and yeah, just like feeling the culmination of that whole experience of the past 2 years and how much everyone's grown. It was really beautiful and lovely.
Yeah, not to copy you, but I feel like that because we were so connected in that final scene as well, and we shot that together. That after cutting wrap, and when we all had a sort of group hug and all cried together, that was probably one of my proudest moments. And recently too, when we got to be in New York for Comic-Con, that was just such a I never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined us being there from the Little Web series that could.
Let me go back to that before we get fully into Comic-Con. Can you think back to when you shot the very first episode?
Yeah.
And did you have any idea, first of all, that it would turn into like you going to Comic-Con, but also that it would turn into this, that many people would be so wrapped up in what you're doing?
I think we all had sort of a sense that maybe something would happen, but I never really. You're like, no.
I love it. Do tell.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, not at all. But yeah, no, I had no clue. And I remember after we wrapped the first season, actually, Aaron Chartrand and I were like having a beer or something, and he was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we got a second season?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be cool." But like, dream on. Like, it was just, I mean, it's the odds. There's so much content out there, and you just really don't know. I mean. So, yeah, it was shocking to me.
Well, I think it definitely surpassed anybody's dreams. Like, I kind of had this weird sense as well. Like, when I first read the breakdown, I immediately was like, I have to audition for that part, and I have to play that part. And I don't know why. I do know why. I was like, vampire and lesbian, I have to play this part. But Yeah, but I also was familiar with Smoke Bomb's work, and I've said this in interviews before, but like I was familiar with their work, and I knew that they had a great track record, and I knew that they produced some really great content that like Friends had worked on, so I knew it would do well, but I didn't expect it to be as massive as it became, which is such a gift and so awesome.
Yeah.
So talk about Comic-Con. I mean, that is such a huge event. Those of us who are civilians watch that at home and looking at people's vlogs going, oh my God, what must that be like? There you were, smack dab in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we've done Fan Expo here a couple times now, but it was just like even bigger and crazier. And
what was the breakdown in terms of people that showed up, like male, female?
I feel like there was a bit of an expanded crowd this year in terms of like, I think a lot of people at Comic-Con just go to panels that they don't even know of.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of new fans there, actually. There was a lot of people that were like, oh, I just was like here and
I bet there were actually a lot more men than I noticed in the past, but still men that were part of the LGBTQ community as well. And yeah, it was really cool.
And that is what is so amazing about the series from my perspective. When you came on the radio show and they were telling me, oh, I hope you're into lesbian vampires, and I was like, this big homo is on board. I was like, what? Bring it on. And yeah, it did not matter my age. I quickly binge watched, was completely caught up by the time that you came on the show, and was like, how long am I gonna have to wait now to see season 3? Who knew I was going to get to actually be part of dropping it? So play your cards right, kids. You never know what's going to happen. Did you think about that? Did you think when you started this that so many people from the queer community were going to be, so in touch with this series and feel like there were so many tweets where people were saying, what am I going to see now that's going to reflect me?
Yeah.
That's an intense tweet.
Yeah.
I think it's a reflection of the lack of representation for that community. You know what I mean? It's like, I think just it filled such a needed void, one that still needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How often I saw when you guys dropped that girlfriend tag on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
Did you have the same thought I did? My first thought was, oh my God, they are?
Sorry for
And then of course I clicked it and realized, no, that might be wishful thinking on Mama's part. But when you did that, were you thinking about the fact that fans were gonna think, oh my God, are they? Or were you just having fun kind of playing with the shifting lines between who your character is and who you are?
Yeah, we addressed it pretty quickly, but I think people know that we're great friends, and we still added some personal tidbits to that because I think we've spent so much time together. Like I think in that interview I'd said, I was like, we've heard each other fart before.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So we're pretty close. I mean, that's
like everyone's heard you fart.
well. Everyone smelled hers, so
that is true.
Heard,
There you have it.
yes,
We're only 10 minutes
What we
in when
call
it got to farts.
Silent but deadly.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm trying to see people's comments here, but I can't.
I'm glad that it's your job to deal with that technology
I don't know.
and not mine.
Yeah,
there is a lot of talk today about how sad everyone is.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel?
Well, it's funny for me. I had to remind myself today that I've already gone through the breakup. Like I've already gone through the ending of it and the feeling of finality and we've experienced the end together. Like we were all there on set and we got to kind of like close that chapter together as a family. And so for me today, I was like, oh, it doesn't really feel real that
there's
it's like
a movie.
because there's a movie. But also I had to remind myself that like people are still waiting for the end. Like I've felt it and I've experienced it, but it's like So and I remember what it felt like the day that we stopped filming. Like the last day of set was big.
Was everyone letting it flow? Were you crying openly? Were people keeping that back?
Morning I woke up and I was like and I was like, if I don't let this out right now, like it's just gonna be so. And we had a full day of work to do, and then after we called cut, everyone was just like, we were pretty just in like a big old group hug.
I don't think we left that space for a while. Like we just stayed
Yeah.
Annie, you've acted in a lot of other things as well. Have you ever had that experience before, where you're that tight, that connected to your colleagues?
You know, and I was thinking about that the other day, actually, because shortly after we filmed Carmilla, I went on to another set, and I was working with some great women, about like 5 other great women who I'd never met before. And I had a wonderful time, but it really did hit me that the specialness of this cast, and just the fact that we have been able to work together over a couple seasons and doing different things together over 2 years or whatever. And it really is so different. You know what I mean? I feel so fortunate of the time we got to spend together and work together. Yeah, it was quite something.
So you're down at Comic-Con, you've already gone through the sadness, but you know the movie's coming. How hard was that to keep the secret, Natasha?
Oh, I'm very good at keeping secrets.
Did you want to scream it to the
wink?
Was it tough?
No, you know what? I think I was just so excited to share it, but it wasn't that difficult keeping the secret because, you know, I think we didn't know for very long either. So when we did finish shooting season 3, we thought it was over.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, we did not know, and we didn't find out until shortly before Comic-Con. So we didn't have to hold the secret for too long, but also I was just so excited for the reveal, and I didn't want to spoil that, and it was such a special moment sharing that in a room full of people where I could feel their energy. Like, y'all know, you saw it. I got a little teary. Yeah.
And that trailer for the movie, am I right? Pretty hot. Pretty hot trailer. They want to know, I want to know, were you actually driving that bike? And how many of you, if any of you, can drive a bike?
I really want to say yes, but the answer is no. I had a very tiny stunt double. However, I did get to sit on it and like kind of park it with like the kickstand and then kick my leg off it a bunch of times until I blew my knee out. It was great.
That's all that's required.
Yeah, but my dad's a biker, and I actually like grew up around bikers my whole life. So it was not which just explains a lot, I'm sure. But so I immediately like sent a photo to my dad, and he was like, "Damn it! Like that's what it takes to get you on the bike." Because he's always trying to bring me out for rides.
You just had to pay me.
I know exactly. I'm like, Dan, come on.
A little behind-the-scenes secret. When I got here, Elise wasn't here yet. She came in, threw the keys up, and said, "Yeah, the bike was a little bit." But she had just taken a bike out for a spin. I won't tell you what she said about how the bike fit her, but
it was a banana boat cruiser bike of Annie's. It wasn't like a bike.
No, it's like
I wish I could drive a motorcycle.
like an antique pedal bike,
I'm
basically.
so
was it really?
scared for
Unicycle.
Annie's safety after riding her bicycle.
But you threw her keys. You had keys.
Well, you were the lock.
You lock a pedal bike out.
Did you
Oh
ride
my!
a motorcycle this whole time?
I had a whole fantasy
Oh, man,
of
I'm
being
so
still on the
mad.
bike and the
I
vibration.
can't believe I just like killed
You
that
totally got
dream
me.
for you.
No,
That's
it's
so
like it's
funny.
like a
I actually would
speed.
love to get my motorcycle license though.
yeah.
These are
My
some
cousin
very-
and my aunt.
It's gonna take
That's
us
good.
a while.
I like your version. better.
in my mind, you were sharing a
Oh my
motorcycle
god, like
and it
how
was-
badass
it
would
was
that have been? Like,
beautiful.
oh hey babe, here's the
Yeah.
keys, like thanks so
Yeah,
much.
that was my
advice.
thought. Is I was like, if they're not really gay, they should be.
Thanks for letting me ride that. Like,
We're gonna go to another question from a fan.
yeah.
This one is from Instagram, and it's Cream Puff Trash. I love it, Cream Puff Trash. This show has helped a lot of cream puffs in a lot of different ways. I should have put that question out on one page. Squeeze me for a second. How has it helped you? Let's maybe start with you and then go down.
Oh my god, what a question. Jump in if either of you have anything to say before me.
Well,
Just tell me. I mean,
I would.
no.
Like you'll see it in this final act, but I think this final act of the season is really about like opening yourself up to love and knowing that that's underneath everything. And that's been a big theme of my year personally. And I think art always reflects life, and life always reflects art. And that's a huge lesson that I learned from this season, is that like beneath damage and beneath hurt, there's always love, and that's the most healing thing.
That's a good lesson to learn.
That's the biggest thing that I learned. Yeah. Yeah.
She's laying the gauntlet down.
I know.
That's a pretty deep
can't
answer.
top that. Like, not at all. That's really beautiful.
What do you think you've learned?
Well, oh gosh,
Or
it's like
how has it helped you?
I don't even know where to begin because I think this show has taught me so much, just like a myriad of things. But I think, and I've said this in interviews before, but I never once in my life identified as straight, but I also never really felt the need to label my sexuality. I mean, maybe I still don't, but I think now that I get to be a voice for that community and for young women, it's certainly helped me feel more comfortable using terminology and using the word queer and actually saying like, hey, yeah, I'm queer and maybe I don't fit into one particular mold, but like that's okay. And I think having my community expanded into this like community of young fans has definitely helped me with that. And also, like Elise was saying as well, just about opening yourself up to love and working with people. I come from a musical theater background and a comedy background, and that really and that world is always about teamwork and working with a village. And I always knew that, but I think this season in particular really drilled that idea, is that it's really not about self. It doesn't, because people always say like, oh, but you're Carmilla, you're the star of the show, and I'm like, I am not the star of the show at all. Like, it is not I'm not the protagonist. She's carrying a lot of it, the ensemble is carrying a lot of it, and like I never even consider that I am, because it's such an ensemble cast, and even just from like the crew's perspective, like without our social team, nobody would know about this show. And I think that they do a lot of really thankless work, but something that we need to acknowledge is that it's a digital web series. And people can complain about, like, oh, when's this content coming out? Or why don't we have more behind the scenes footage? But it's like, this show would have not reached this audience as well without this entire crew of people making it happen who like really care about it. So, yeah.
And it is online, and unlike regular TV, I was feeling for you because my TV show hits the airwaves. I make it. It airs at 10 o'clock at night. I'm in bed. I don't have to worry about what people are thinking about that. Nobody can just type into their TV, this joke sucks. You, on the other hand, have got instantaneous feedback. How has that been for you? Because we know that there are trolls out there online, particularly because you are blurring the lines, you're allowing people to live outside the box, you're bringing to light a lot of experiences that, we may not be vampires, but so much of the experiences that you're all living are real for me, for them. What has that been like to deal with those comments so quickly and to have your work judged so fast by people who aren't always in a place to judge it? Maybe I'll start with you, Annie, since I let you off the hook on that last question. I didn't forget. I got it.
That's an interesting question. I think that I will say that for the most part, like the feedback that I receive, I think the majority of this is hugely positive. But I think with anything like that, whether it's you're getting reviews from a live show you're in or this kind of thing, the more weight I put into anything anyone says, whether it's positive or negative, I have to take it on the flip side too. So I do receive, a phenomenal amount of support, and I appreciate that so much, and I love it, but I also think it's important to hold a lot of that kind of thing at a certain kind of distance, right? Because I think that there's a slippery slope being a performer if you open yourself too much up to that kind of thing and you place the value of other people's opinions so high that when it does flip around and it becomes negative, you're going to take it the same to heart in the same way. So that's sort of my tactic with that.
So you try not to let the positive comments judge how you feel about yourself the same way that you don't let the negative comments judge.
Yeah, in a way.
That's safe. What about you?
I totally agree with Annie. Like I had a hard time with it at first, of like kind of being blasted with all of that at once. And then I very much live in extremes a lot of the time, and so I went from absorbing it all constantly to shutting it out completely. and that's not as healthy either.
Right.
And so I feel like I found a good balance of what Annie said, of like, you know, a lot of people say that I don't really read reviews or articles anymore because people say, you know, if you believe the positive stuff, then you have to believe the negative stuff. And
That's right.
Can't help it.
yeah, like I think, exactly what Annie said.
And then a combination of what they both said. No, but like I remember we had tons of conversations about this together where we were both just a little bit overwhelmed at first. I mean, it's totally natural. And then it's weird because you can't really complain about it to your friends who are like, well, but you have this huge following and you're doing so well. And so it was sort of a thing where we had to like really internalize it and then, you know, try to like lean on each other for support to say like, oh gosh, this is such a wild
in
world.
it at the same time.
Yeah,
so it's hard to,
but I think I like now I'm at a place where I've gotten used to it and it's kind of settled and it feels very natural. But I certainly did not know how to respond to it at first at all. Also because it was such a different audience for me as well. Like I feel like my followers before personally were either older millennials or not millennials at all because you know, just from my background, that's sort of who was interested in what I was doing. So to have all of a sudden this really young generation who puts a lot of weight into social media, it was difficult to navigate. Just because, I feel like we both try to be as genuine as possible, but also there's this huge world outside of what we post online that people don't know, but people really take everything you post so seriously. And
They do, and they can get hooked up on the smallest little thing. You know,
so it was tricky to navigate at first, but I think we're all in a nice place now where we appreciate it and we appreciate interacting with fans, but we also know how to step back and do our work. And
cool. Well, we are going to wrap up this part of it, the questions, but we've got this little game to play, which is called lightning round. So I am going to now just read out some things off this sheet. Some of them I might read. Some of them I might come up with in my devious mind.
That's what scares me the most.
And
That's what scares me the most.
think this is like ink blocks. There's no thinking. There's no next.
Oh no.
Here's how we're going to do it. It's
Okay.
gonna start. I'm gonna do one question. I'm gonna start with Annie. We're gonna go that way. The next question we're starting that way and come this way.
Ooh, okay.
And so I'm
That's a
making
lot of
sure that you all
choreography,
have to-
okay?
Oh yeah. Can you tell I went to law school? I'm totally controlling how this
Yeah, I love
goes.
that.
Okay.
But
All
no
right.
thinking.
Okay.
No
No thinking.
passing.
Okay.
Don't think you're gonna
Guys,
flash those
can we all
pretty green
just
eyes
say-
at me. And I'm gonna be like, okay, you don't have to answer.
We got this.
No.
You
I'm
got
in
this,
it.
guys.
Okay.
Like all of a sudden I stress.
Starting with Annie on the first one.
Okay.
Act 3 as an emoji.
Googly eyes.
The heart.
A skull.
Nice. Starting now with Elise.
Oh.
Act 3, Dean in one word.
All I can think of is swear words.
Same one.
Misunderstood.
Majestic.
Horny.
Ooh, nice. I like it. Starting now, all the way down on the end with Natasha.
Okay.
Act 3, Carmilla in one word.
Oh.
Hero.
Reborn.
Broody.
Ooh, nice. Act 3, Laura in one word. Back to you, Anne.
Scrappy.
Determined.
Hero.
A lot of heroes coming out on the
All
end
right.
there. Okay, now this is getting really fun. Okay, beef jerky casserole or nozzle coffee and granola bar.
Nozzle
whip
coffee
up.
and granola bar whip up.
Whip up for sure. We tried it.
Nozzle and coffee.
You'll see.
Whatever that is.
Beef jerky casserole. Just for the record, that's where I'd be on that one. Weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep.
Top of a volcano.
Bow of a small sailboat in the sea.
Mount Royale in Montreal.
Starting now with you, weirdest place you've ever made out. That was my question.
A church picnic.
Ooh.
Wasn't my church. I was just the girlfriend.
She's even blushing.
The inside of a statue of a bell in a public park.
Wow.
What? Oh.
A treehouse.
Treehouse. How old were you in that treehouse?
Well, lady never tells.
Okay, I'll accept that because I'm scared of the answer. The lawyer in me is worried I'm going to go to jail instead of going home.
Reveal too much.
This is over. Okay, your character's go-to song.
Okay, the Dean. Let's do the Dean.
Yeah, that's
the
good
Dean
for you, right?
would be. I know there's some. Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Wow.
Good one.
Epic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beat that.
Yeah.
I Will Survive.
That's so good.
Back in Black.
Oh yeah, because your wardrobe, I think most would agree.
Yeah. Or
Definitely
the
Slam
Doors
Dance.
Alabama song, but I can't tell if that's mine or Carm's.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, one word that makes you laugh, starting with Elise.
La Filiformes.
Ooh.
La Filiformes.
See, there's a lot of excrement over here. Have you noticed on this end of the couch? I'm just
They
saying. Yours?
Squirt.
Squirt. As I said, excrement abounds. Okay, this is to get you happy before you get sad with the final
Yes,
episode.
yes.
One word you just can't stand, starting with Annie.
Well, we said it before, but nozzle.
Oh. Am I allowed to
gross
say mine?
word.
I don't know.
Oh, is yours
What is
X-rated?
yours? A word I can't stand? We talked about this. The other word for cat, but as an insult.
Oh yes, okay.
Am I allowed to say that? Is that
Why
a bad
can't we
word?
say
I
that?
don't know.
It
I
sounds
don't know
with
how PG
wussy.
this is. Yeah.
Yes, it rhymes with wussy.
It rhymes
Wussy.
with wussy, and
Yeah.
sometimes cats are called that. That as an insult.
Yes.
Natasha made up a good point. She
No.
was like, I think I'm going to start a new trend where, like, when men do something really awesome and powerful and great, I'm going to start calling them a pussy.
Yeah,
She said
exactly.
it. There we go.
Like,
No, it's true.
But I
know?
just, not to perpetuate cartoons and stuff, but you realize that if you or I, the brunettes, had said it, it would have been like, oh, they're so vulgar.
That's true.
Cutie Pie says it, and it's like, this
You
sounds
gotta-
so cute when she's doing
you
I
got to
know.
use your
They're
power
so
for
cute.
good.
You do, you
true.
do. It's like pussy. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's lovely.
My word is drawer.
Drawer.
I know.
Drawer.
Drawer, because you can't say it.
Oh.
Okay, what's yours? Did you say yours already?
Well, yeah. I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like
no,
gross.
okay. Okay, make up a talisman that represents your character, starting with Natasha.
A blood red stone.
A balance beam.
What's a talisman?
Like a little charm that you. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There we go. Suck me right in. Look at that. Right
The
down.
Dean, I think, would be like that. The brooch she wears. That one, and then Perry would be.
Two characters.
Perry. Her talisman would be her
Swiffer.
spatula.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mine for you would have been like a probably patent leather stiletto. That's what I would. Maybe that's what I would have around my neck when I'm thinking of your
stilettos
character.
because then she can't like,
She can't, like,
run and
yeah.
do stuff.
But wearing one as a talisman,
As a yeah.
perhaps. All right, we've got to
Perhaps.
wrap it.
Well,
We are.
okay.
It is that time. I know it is so sad, but we are about to see the final episodes of the final season of the entire series. I am so thrilled to have been here with you all.
so much.
It is
So
a
much.
phenomenon in time. I'm sad that it's on the last one in some ways, but in some ways I also feel kind of great about it. I love that we're going to watch. They can watch us while we watch it. And people all over the world are freaking out about being able to see this right now. So I'm thrilled that I can sit on a couch and watch it with you all.
Yeah.
We're thrilled.
It's fun. I wore my bite me boots. I don't know if you can see
watching
it.
it
home.
with friends
stick
and
your-
watching it with
Yeah.
people.
But
Take
I've
your
got
feet
some
up.
great boots with vampire. Maybe I'll put a picture up.
Yeah.
And it says "Bite Me" on the toes.
Amazing.
So lovely. Oh, and now we're gonna put earbuds in. So now we look like Tom Brokaw,
Everybody do it.
and we'll say, coming in now from reporters that are out in the field.
Oh, 10
All
seconds.
right, 10 seconds to the episode. Have you got your Kleenex, everybody? I've got mine stuffed in my bra. I'm ready.
Me too.
Okay.
But for other reasons.
Countdown to New Year's.
Did anybody bring popcorn or beer?
I wish.
We
Got a
wish.
hip flask, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Whip it out.
In my bra. Oh, here we go.
Final.
Oh yeah, this was right after that.
Yeah. Library's
I love
tummy
how your
grumble.
set is totally morphed.
I haven't seen this. I didn't know that happened.
What the?
Yeah.
You
that-
better contact your agent.
I love the captions.
Oh right. Yeah, I knew that.
Sharon's got a haircut. She's so tall.
You need a My Doll.
I know.
That's just me. Hey, teleporting makes you sick.
I love
Yeah,
your
it's the
angry
Oh my
eyeliner.
God.
though.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's some good
that's
angry.
Carmen's losing her shit. Sorry. I swore anyway.
I remember watching this through the window, being like. Do it, library.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice effects.
Nice.
Doesn't this remind you of the underworld in Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
It
Right?
does.
Upside down.
Upside
The
down.
upside down.
Yeah. I like the plaid shirt.
Yeah, and
High
it's so funny
fives on
because
that one. Yeah.
But they did it. The wardrobe did it, so it was
reverse.
because I'm in a pink and red one in Universe A, and then in Universe B they have me in the same outfit but in a different color palette.
So cool. Was it his shirt? Because it looks like the same shirt that
No.
guy's wearing.
Yeah, it's
Or could we
similar.
literally give this
The
shirt
funny
to
thing was, this was
Proudest
written
shows?
way before Stranger Things came out, and
Yeah.
then it came out, and they were like, "Whoa, it's exactly
Yeah.
like."
They obviously,
I remember-
obviously stole from you guys. I mean, obviously.
I remember reading these scripts and
yeah,
being
because-
like, "Were you confused?"
I was very
Universe A,
confused.
but it was so cool.
Yeah.
We were like, I got to be in another
Did
universe.
you
this
did you get
season.
the whole season scripts at the very beginning, or did you find out as you were going?
No, we filmed in 5 days consecutively. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
knew
We got the whole
everything.
Look at how cute you are.
Oh! It's all fun to get a book to the head.
I love this.
Oh, Galen.
We did a couple takes where I koala'd on them, but it didn't work.
Don't laugh.
Thanks for the explanation. I feel like that's so many of Laura's lines is plot points,
I mean, yes.
but make it sound natural.
Oh god.
You'll see it more later, but it was cool seeing other characters existing as themselves, but slightly different versions
Slightly
of themselves.
off, yeah.
in this other
Okay.
universe.
I'm actually
You'll
really
see.
scared because I had trouble with this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so great. I don't know if you can see it, but they have a blue streak in their hair.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should
University setting and all.
Oh my god.
It's not beauty light in that universe either.
Nah.
JP.
Smooth.
Do you ever say that in your real life now?
No.
What in bizarre?
Every day. My favorite was the name of Skrillex.
Yes.
From season 2.
yeah.
What in the name of Skrillex?
Though this was actually the hardest stuff to film, is that we were looking at anything that was filmed of like the dean and her gang,
Oh yeah.
or
It's the
JP.
pacing, yeah.
There's no one there.
There's nobody like.
Oh,
so
that's
it's-
hard to play
You're
off
just
of.
literally
Yeah.
talking to a camera lens and having someone feed you lines and like pretending to. Ugh.
That's
It's
tough.
tricky. Ooh.
Can I just say how much I love seeing the Kotex every time on the... I do appreciate that. Something else comes from the closet. Okay, how many takes?
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah.
How many takes did you
Yeah.
do to get that
I think
line
they
down?
did
Like
one.
not that.
Yeah.
Or, wow.
1 or 2. It's pretty great.
He's so like. He's so sweet.
He's like weird.
I know.
He's so Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
Battlestar
very,
no
very.
spaceship. What's a battleship? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Ring, ring, ring.
The deans.
Oh.
Harry's
back! Oh. Like I didn't get to see you do this at all. Oh, I missed Perry so much.
With a cameo from Steph's glasses. I could not see a
You did-
damn thing through those things.
So funny.
Completely blind.
Look at the Kleenex box and like.
So this is one of those times where you're not even seeing film of this.
I
You're
had
just,
never seen. I've
you're
never.
just looking at a
Yeah.
piece of tape or
Like
a
nothing,
camera.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing
would-
how you transform. I really
Yeah.
think that angry eyeliner is like
Honestly,
turns you
it
into
does a lot.
Insta-Dean.
And the lips, yeah,
Yeah.
it helps. Also,
Angry
like, the
eyeliner and the
blouses
lips
versus
and
the
like her like
jackets.
massive talent and like
Yeah. This little thing called massive talent.
No, it's all the shirts.
Aw.
But I bet you the shirts and the makeup help you get
Oh,
there,
100%.
right?
Also, like, it's the writing. It's in the writing. Jordan just gives it to you. She gives the
Yeah.
character big time.
Aw, Bear.
Oh, buddy.
Bye, Bear. I miss her.
I know. I miss playing her this season. I did. I mean, yeah.
Can you pick which you enjoyed more? Which character?
So I said this before, but like in past seasons, playing Perry gets me. It's a very anxious state to maintain, and so I actually like it's stressful. It's stressful playing Perry, and the Dean is like the opposite, just like so cool as a cucumber. So it's a lot more relaxing playing the Dean. Like I had fun doing that. It's just it felt like chill.
Okay.
That's
cool.
interesting, yeah.
So much camo.
And great vest.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Wardrobe was awesome this year.
I think my favorite moment of the whole series was when you were rubbing the vest and eating the ice cream. I just wanted to say
That
there,
was
there,
my
baby.
favorite because I got to eat ice cream.
Tell him, sister.
Crimes? Yeah. This is like the most she's emoted.
Yeah.
Slumps into Carm pose. Class. Ugh. I haven't seen this either. That'll do it. Alt Carm. Oh God. Jeez. Oh, that dress.
Maddie.
This is the dress. That is my favorite wardrobe of the
Yeah,
season.
That was
Yeah.
quite a dress.
Sophia's
It's, like,
so radiant
vintage.
as well. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So good. So Spencer wanted, the director, he wanted a very like Shakespearean sort of feel to this alt world. Have everything a little melodramatic, have everything a little bit like heightened and a little darker. A little more theatrical.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
That's no joke. She could wear that dress like 2 days.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
On a carpet. I love that you have bangs back for this too. Such a throwback to like season one.
That's true, I
Cara.
forgot.
I tried. So I was like, can we makeshift some bangs? And so Jess, our costume person, cut bits of her extension, and they were black. So then we painted them brown, and I like tried to clip them to my head as best as possible.
She
That's great.
Yeah.
sacrificed her own extensions for you?
Yeah. Well, she
It
like
really does
wanted.
take a
They weren't
village.
in her head. She was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought she was like, absolutely, just like.
Did you keep the boots?
Did you?
Did you keep the boots?
Her boots.
They're your boots.
Those ones? Yeah, those were mine. And then I brought them in to audition for Carm, and then they just became hers, like, forever. Yeah, they were.
Nice.
But now I can't really wear them as myself. It's so funny. Because they're hers. Drama. I love that Laura's just there and nobody.
I love how you're all like monochrome, like all orange, all black, all blue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It visually, it's really cool to look at.
It's very like Ophelia. Going
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know.
If you had $1 for every time you heard that line,
Maddie's just
like,
chilling.
when is this gonna be over?
Yeah. Like now. Maddie's one of my favorite characters. Carmen's like, you know, she's like a weird little like kitten. She's like a panther regularly. And yeah. She's like. I love how they, yeah. And that was the line from season 2. Yeah, that they, the Jordan put back in.
That is.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, the closer she gets to the camera. Wow.
Tiny game. This is my favorite part of watching the episodes for the first time is like seeing what the editor put in. This is my favorite.
Do you guys do all the scenes that look like this and then change the set and do all the rest?
First 4 days of set, we filmed in this, and then the last day we filmed,
different set.
Our department stayed behind after we wrapped the 4th day. I love these montages. And stripped the set, dressed it like alt world, as we called it, and then we filmed everything there.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you'll see a little surprise at the end of
Can't
this
wait.
act.
What was your favorite setting of all 3 seasons?
Ooh, that's
tricky.
hard to say. Because there was something so lovely and like nostalgic. There's something, you know, about the first set for me, you know? I slept on that set actually one night.
Yeah, you did.
Really?
Yeah. But
I love the house. It was so hard to shoot in.
Yeah.
But I just love being. Have you ever been to the Darling? Oh my God, you gotta go. It's just
Season
like
2?
Yeah, season 2. It's just like
It's
just like
It looked beautiful.
taxidermy and antiques and
There's, like,
weird mannequins
old,
and
like,
nude art. It's just
like
unreal.
chains
Yeah,
draping
a lot of
from the
shackles
ceiling.
and-
Wow.
Like,
Ooh, wow.
yeah, it's like very.
guys, they just found a way to
we just,
Are we?
that's all we watch, right?
That's it.
That's it.
We have
And
to go
now
watch
we
the rest of it
go
now.
watch the rest of it.
Now we all get to grab our Kleenex boxes, go to our own spot,
Yes.
watch the rest. I'm going to go home, get in my pajamas, put my Bite Me boots back on, and then continue to watch. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
I'll let you all say goodbye in your own time.
We're not ready to say goodbye.
It's see you later because
And
we
we're
will
not
see them in the movie.
saying goodbye. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
being
so
here and
much for
hosting.
being
This
here.
It
so
was
much
my
fun.
pleasure.
So awesome to
I
have
really
you.
do think this whole series has been a phenomena and such an important one to a lot of groups of people, and a lot of those groups touched me personally. So this has been a real pleasure, and I'm with you. I seriously am going to go home and cry as I watch the final ones. But congratulations to you and your entire team.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Candy.
you.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Yay.